scared yet? Well, lucky for you, we're actually in the year 2024, so you have about 36 years until some of these things come true. So for now, let's see how futuristic Japan is in present day. Imagine a place where everything seems to work just as it's supposed to, where people go out of their way in small but meaningful ways, not just on occasion, but every single day. Like sticking to one side of the escalator, or running after a stranger to return a lost wallet. Or picture a city where the trains are so punctual that the conductor will publicly apologize if they're even just 1 minute late. Or how about a place where robots can be found living amongst us in our daily lives? Welcome to Japan. Japan's technological status in the world can be traced back to a mix of influences, like historical, cultural, and economic factors. There is a laser focus on education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which has propelled Japan's workforce to be known as nothing short of brilliant. And on the commercial side, the corporate culture in Japan is known for the characteristics of long-term planning and continuous improvement, fueling this tech drive. Mix that with the cultural love for precision and craftsmanship, and you've got the recipe for technological advancements at a much faster pace than other countries. At surface level, Japan is nothing short of impressive, so we're going to spend the next few days exploring various types of technological advancements that make Japan seem like they're living in the future, and determine whether or not these advancements are as effective as one might imagine. First things first, I need to get myself a hotel, and luckily I was able to search and find this one because I have unlimited data on my Holofly eSIM card for the entire duration I am in Japan. So make sure to download the app and use my code for a special discount, and you'll be prepared for your next trip to over 200 destinations that Holofly offers data. Let's go check out this hotel, which is said to be ran by robots. Welcome to the Hena Hotel.
Konnichiwa. Hello. Do you respond? No? Hello, hello? Konnichiwa? She looks a little bit, but that's about it. Alright, check-in method.
Please enter the name you used to make the reservation and press next button.
Alright, let's see if it finds it.
Please check the reservation details.
There it is.
Please
Scan the passport.
To be honest, I was expecting more interaction with the robots because in reality, the check-in experience is just a computer kiosk, which is like an automated check-in process, along with a couple programmed mannequins to be able to say some greetings. So I cannot say the robot side of it was very effective, but the efficiency of the check-in was quite seamless when it came to making my payment via the terminal, which I was able to make in cash as well, and then retrieve my room key.
And it even gives change if you pay in cash. So that's pretty awesome. But a super easy check-in process. It says everything we need here. Wi-Fi, breakfast time, tea time, cocktail time. But once again, still a little bit misleading because these robots have no response besides a little wave. It's more of just a kiosk.
But this room was only $55 per night, so you cannot expect state-of-the-art robots at this price. Because for Tokyo standard, $55 a night for a private hotel room is very cheap.
Alright, so we just arrived to room 703. We will see if the room makes up for the kind of somewhat misleading robot experience. Alright, so this is it. For 13,000 yen, we get to stay here where it looks like this is a wardrobe or it looks like a fridge at first glance, but it's not a fridge. It's made with the same fridge material, but pants crease, easy ironing system. I wonder how that works. But yeah, here we go. We have all the information right there.
While there's nothing impressive in the room, what you'll find everywhere in Japan are the toilets that nobody understands when they arrive to Japan, yet everybody misses them the second they depart.
Here you've got the shower, which yes, that's literally for your back door for men and women. You got your bidet, which it has the female figure, so it gets their front door. and then you have the spray strength so you can turn it up and down, and then you have the flush button. So it is easily the most sanitary procedure I have ever seen for going number 2. When you think about, you know, places that have the squat toilets, and then you compare it to this sit-down toilet with the backdoor sprayer, that is about as different as it gets from the sanitary process of cleaning yourself than just using, like in America, just a piece of, like, you know, not that great toilet paper. These are number 1.
To be honest, it is a complete shock to me that the rest of the world has not adopted these toilets, because if I'm being honest, you are a lot cleaner after using one of these.
So that's what it does. It basically goes back and forth, and it'll spray your back door. Get it nice and clean, and it's on a sensor. That's why it knows to go away. I gotta wash my hands because that was toilet water.
Overall, the robot hotels concept is really unique, but it still has a long way to go in terms of its actual robot functionalities, as there are staff who are still doing most of the hotel management tasks, making it only just a little bit robotic. Tokyo seemingly checks all of the boxes that you could want for a city. It is clean, efficient to get around with many different transportation networks, and the layout is beautiful with hundreds of skyscrapers around the city. However, there are seemingly almost no public trash cans anywhere, so as a first-time visitor, this can be frustrating. Now, on the flip side, I couldn't help but notice that as the garbage trucks drove by, there was no smell. Personally, I've never been anywhere where a garbage truck driving by doesn't smell. And on top of that, the speed in which they were moving through the Tokyo streets was impressive.
The garbage was sitting there right underneath a blue net, which held probably things from either getting spilled out or animals going into them. Really clean dump trucks, and they have no smell going back.
Vending machines and more vending machines. There are roughly 3 to 4 million of them in the country, and these vending machines have nearly every possible thing you can imagine. From snacks, to currency exchangers, to electronics, to portable charging stations, to remote workspaces, to room key dispensers, and so much more. Anywhere in the city where there is a little unused real estate, whether it is next to someone's home or inside of a skyscraper, you will never go thirsty. In Tokyo alone, there are over 160 skyscrapers, creating a massive skyline. And Japan being an earthquake-prone country, based on where it geographically sits, skyscrapers must be built with specific standards to heavily reduce the impact of earthquakes, making the build time of them around 1 to 2 years for a 30 to 40-story building. Right now, we're going to be heading into one of Tokyo's most unique pieces of architecture, which happens to be the tallest building in Japan. And that is the Skytree right here, which we're going to be visiting, and it sits at a whopping height of roughly 2,080 feet or 634 meters. It is a very unique structure, as you can see, because it's quite wide from the appearance, but when you look a little closer, only a small amount of it is actually occupied with something other than, let's say, the support system to hold it down. All the way at the top, you can see there's a huge area to hang out. But down here, there's just a bunch of structures leading to the bottom mall area here. So we're gonna head inside this place, see if we can go up to the top of it and check this side of Tokyo out. We have just made it 350 meters in the air in one of Tokyo's most beautiful towers. As you can see, we have views all over the city. Look at this. Makes Tokyo look pretty small. And let me tell you, there are skyscrapers all over this city. But when you're up here, everything just looks like small little flat buildings. As you can see, the Sky Tower was pretty busy, but that's for obvious reasons because of how much you could see of Tokyo from up here. We've got the river running through there, all the different types of bridges here. We've got like a train bridge there, traffic bridge, walking bridge, looks like walking and car traffic bridge.
I just love how they have a bit of everything mixed into this city.
There was even a terrifyingly beautiful transparent glass floor you could walk over and see hundreds of feet below.
This is probably going to be one of the highlights. We've got a glass floor right here. Oh, look at that. It's about 345 meters down.
At this point, while I was impressed, I was not fully convinced that Japan was living in the future, so I decided to find the next robot who was awaiting me at the Avatar Robot Cafe.
We're going to be going to the Avatar Robot Cafe, and that's right, they're actually robots.
Hello, welcome to Avatar Robot Cafe.
Oh, hello.
Do you have a reservation today?
No reservation.
Sure, we only accept cashless payments. Is that okay with you?
No problem.
Thank you so much. At the moment, only the area with Avatar Robot service is in operation. Is that okay?
I think that works out perfect for me.
Thank you so much. Please proceed to the cashier sign on your right. Our staff will ask your order.
As I was anticipating, the cafe was not fully ran by robots as the humans were filling in some of the gaps.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it possible to make a reservation?
Actually, no. Today is all the tables full, so
Okay.
if you don't have a reservation, you can enjoy with the robot service, but you need to pay your admission price.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Your admission fee included one drink, so please come on from here.
Alright, let's go with... Can I please have a iced cafe latte?
Iced latte. Latte is plus extra price to happen. Is it okay?
Okay, no problem.
Once I sat down, I was greeted by a friendly robot who kind of just hung out and chatted with me while I sat alone.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Alright, so are you a robot or a real person?
Yes, real person.
Ah, real person. From where?
I live in Miyazaki City.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, it is south of Japan.
South of Japan.
Yes, it takes about 2 hours by airplane from Tokyo.
Oh, so no bullet train there?
Yes, not Shinkansen.
Ah, very nice. My first time at the Robot Cafe.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Arigato.
In Japan, robots are increasingly being integrated into service industries to enhance efficiency and provide unique experiences. The Robot Cafe is a prime example of this trend. But here's why I really appreciate the Avatar Cafe. The robot is actually controlled by a person on the other side, and the robot acts more as a communication device. And the person on the other side was actually employed by Avatar Cafe as their purpose was to provide jobs for people who have difficulty going out of their homes for various reasons. So this position enables them to remotely work and operate the Avatar robots.
So that's pretty cool.
So far, the only real robotic experience was the greeting when I walked in, and then now when my coffee was being delivered.
Domo arigato.
Hello, konnichiwa.
Hi, konnichiwa. Is this
My name is Ohamu. Nice to meet you.
Ohamo? Nice to meet you. Is this coffee for me?
Oh, nice to meet you. I brought your drink. Could you please help me?
Yep. Thank you very much. Extra delicious?
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, perfect. And what is this right here?
This sugar.
Sugar. Oh, okay. Perfect. Arigato.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Have a good time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Arigato. Goodbye.
Thank you.
I love the concept of the Avatar Cafe to provide jobs to people in need, and it added a twist to my usual coffee shop stop.
Arigato. Thank you very much. Alright, so that was the experience over here at the Robot Cafe. Cool to see, but yeah, a lot less automated than I had imagined it to be, but still cool nonetheless. So that right here is the Avatar Robot Cafe in Tokyo, Japan.
This next place we are heading might convince you that Japan is living in the future, but first we are going to take one of these shared e-bikes over to meet up with the squad. This is TeamLab's Borderless, which will make you reconsider what you define as a museum. Inside this place is seemingly an endless maze of rooms, with each one having different virtual and interactive experiences, making you wonder what planet you're on. It's hard to explain the feeling what it is like when you're almost inside of the art exhibit. You get lost in a maze of rooms with a sensory overload every step you take. See you in Osaka, TeamLabs. The following morning, it was time to head over to our next hotel.
So guys, today is a special day because I am going to be staying in a very exotic place. I've got all my luggage here and we've got the 9 Hours Hotel, the Capsule Hotel, which is right here. As you can see, it is a modern place that extends all the way up there. So we're gonna take you inside for a tour of it. Let's go.
Up on the second floor is the locker and luggage room where there are private lockers to keep your belongings. And it is great for people who are packing light, but for me with a huge suitcase, I had to put my suitcase underneath my locker and pretty much just take out all of my valuables and lock those in the locker.
They don't have enough room, so you have to leave your suitcase out. But other than that, if you pack lightly, you won't have that issue.
And on the other side of the locker room is the bathroom area, which is also built in an efficient way. Modern, but it is shared with other guests.
And they give you a little bag of all the stuff you need. A pair of sleepwear, pants, shirt, as well as slippers and towels. So it's your whole starter pack to get cleaned up, so time to hit the shower.
The hotel is split between men and women for the sleeping areas and the locker rooms, which are actually separated via different elevators. Now let's head up to the pod. My pod is up on the 8th floor, and when you make it up, it feels like you are entering some futuristic place where you're about to be frozen for like 20 years on your space shuttle route to another planet.
So I'm gonna be staying right over here in this one, number 809, and as you can see, it is just a capsule. So if you're claustrophobic, you might not like it. But this one has, it looks like a vent or air conditioner, some USB plugs, a pillow, and a blanket. So it is the true definition of minimalist living. And you can see how many they're able to fit in here. We've got 4 on this side, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. That's 8 of them. And then this whole stretch of them right there. And this is how many more people you're able to fit in a small space like this. So let's hop right in this thing and see what it's like. You get a little privacy. You can pull that thing down and it latches just like that. And here we are. I guess this is where we sleep. Good night.
Shockingly, it doesn't end here. Up on the 10th floor is a lounge and co-working space with views of Tokyo, which was a surprise that someone can sleep, shower, and work for only $31 a day in the middle of Tokyo. Last but not least is my personal favorite technological advancement, the Shinkansen bullet train. As someone who is absolutely obsessed with trains, we are going to be riding in a train that operates at speeds of up to 320 kilometers or 200 miles per hour. The bullet trains have over 1,000 trains operating every single day, with some of the largest and busiest trains being 16 cars in length and the capacity to carry up to 1,300 passengers. The network of trains makes the lengthy distances in between Japanese cities feel so small.
All aboard the Kyoto Express! Bree guy, what's good?
You ready to hit it to Kyoto?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Today's the day.
Harry! Ali!
Until next time, boys. We're gonna be taking the train from Tokyo down to
Kyoto!
Kyoto. Let's go, bro.
What's up?
You ready for the bullet train experience?
I'm ready to get to Kyoto, and we're gonna see Mount Fiji on this side too.
Ready for that. Oh, you got that little, what are those boxes called?
Well, this isn't a bento box. This is like a sashimi box.
Oh, little sashimi box.
Yeah.
With some good stuff right there.
I don't know if this is called like a bao bun.
That's about
A
fine.
You
beef
guys are
bao bun.
living good. Alright.
The crazy part is that it will take us only 2 hours and 20 minutes via train, which when you compare that to driving, it will take 5 to 6 hours, and flying with additional travel to the airports and wait times will be roughly 4 hours, making the bullet train the most efficient way to get between Tokyo and Kyoto. Traveled all around Japan over the last couple weeks, I've come across many different moments where I've experienced amazing technology, especially like this bullet train we're on right now. Despite how great the technology is, sometimes I still run into some connectivity issues. Like right now, I haven't been able to connect to the Wi-Fi, and so I'm pretty happy because I've already set up my Holofly eSIM card, which gives me unlimited data for the entire time that I'm here in Japan, and I was able to hotspot my laptop and get back to what I was working on. The reason why I love Holofly also is because I cannot get rid of my number from back in the US, even though I'm always traveling. So the nice part is I can still use my Holofly eSIM while I have my normal physical SIM card inside of my phone. It is also really easy to set up, so make sure to download the app and use my code for a special discount, and you'll be prepared for your next trip to over 200 destinations that Holofly offers data. Make sure to check out the link in the description below, and we'll get you guys connected right away. If you love trains, check out my full video on the Shinkansen train from Tokyo to Hiroshima as we go way deeper into what the bullet train experience is like.
All the way down to Kyoto, Kyoto.
That's a theme song right there.
That's it, right?
Kyoto.
After spending some time in Japan, I can see why many say this place is living in the future. Putting aside some of the challenges like the low birth rates and aging population, Japan is miles ahead of most of the world when it comes to building infrastructure and technology and implementing it into the daily lives of citizens and visitors. Between the bullet trains, robotic toilets, scentless garbage trucks, and vending machines for just about anything, literally everywhere, they have made the task of living seemingly a lot easier than in most other cities around the world.